All right, Mardu Hero. So this deck, like many of the decks that we play on this stream, is a viewer submitted deck list. So the core idea here is that we are playing Hero of the Precinct One. This is a card that we've shoved into a lot of different shells so far this season. Whenever you play a multicolored card, you get a 1/1 white human creature token. So we've got a bunch of multicolored cards to go with that. Someone said this deck looks like a great deck to have Tocatli Honor Guard in it. I agree with you. Let's put some Honor Guards on the board. Nothing in our deck is impacted by Honor Guard, right? Yeah. If you're playing a white deck and don't have like a bunch of Explorer creatures, put 4 Tocatlis in your deck. You'll be happier for it. Maybe I don't need the spyglasses. Probably don't just need all these lava coils. I'm gonna leave the spyglasses in. Alright. Do that and dive in, shall we? Hero, and this set of matches is probably going to convince me to just register Heroic Reinforcement. That card's real messed up. This card looks great. Hero into Judy, let's do it. Mold to 5! Already the best deck we've played. You could tell we had a good day because we started today at rank like 300 and we're currently at the 99%. Oh, I think we're dead to their mold of 5. I think we're dead to their mold of 5. Oh. Yikes. Alright. I get to do... Judy's a good draw here. I get to do this and then do this. And then mono red happened. So if they attack here, we actually trade boards. And then I have Heroic Reinforcements and a Spirit Token left over. So, like, we're not in a terrible spot at the moment. This Bad Mama Jamma's got Vigilance, too. Love it. So this is 12. And then next turn I have 8 in play. Do we just YOLO? Do we YOLO? I kind of want to YOLO it. So, like, they have draws that kill me here. But at the same time, like, the longer the game goes, the more we give them draws to kill us. So I kind of don't mind just like, because like this leaves them dead on board, right? Like it's different if they're not dead on board, but like now they can only attack us with 1 lava runner and they have to trade. I think we're probably like 40% at most to die here. Like none of their lands are lethal. Like they have other random creatures that aren't lethal. Actually, that's a lie. Most of their creatures kill us here. We have to have a decent matchup here, right? I have no idea. I feel like the 3-color deck has to be a dog to mono red, but I don't know for sure. Am I dead yet? Things that aren't lethal for 100. How about now? Am I dead now? Nope, not yet. Interesting. Interesting. So if I attack with everything, they're obligated to block 3 creatures, right? Alright, your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Lightning strike me! No, it wasn't strange blocks. They had to block that way so they didn't die to Judith triggers. How do we feel about this? I think I like this. We bring in Mortify and Tocatli Honor Guard. Moment of Craving. I cut the Bedevils. Maybe I want more spot removal. Just because killing what's it called is pretty important. The Steam can get pretty scary. I could just want all the Mortifies that only because of Steamkin, but also because of Experimental Frenzy post sideboards, a card that these decks often have access to. MTG isn't a game of strategy, it's a game of rhythm and timing. You just have to align your cumulative variance upswings in the games that actually matter. God bless. I wish I could, like, thumbs up Twitch chat comments, because that's just, like, some A+ meme poetry right there. That's some A+ meme poetry. Oh, truly blessed. That's a lot of 1-2s. So, while mono red, it feels good to duress mono red in the early turns, the mono red games off to get to the point like that last game where we're both top decking in my experience, and top decking a duress when you need something to impact the board against mono red feels truly rancid. So I'd much rather just have more cards that play to the board than anything else. The Mardu Skies deck got Nexus and Sultide, and I decided I didn't want to play anymore. I have never felt that Jeskai was the best control deck in the format. I have, however, felt that I prefer playing Jeskai control because it's capable of winning the game before I die of old age. Esper is definitely very good. It's also incredibly tedious. Honestly, Nexus of Fate probably exists in the format to give us perspective because, like, Esper feels like the sweet release of Rapid Death next to Nexus of Fate. Alright, I'm gonna relog here just in case I'm disconnected and my opponent's not actually timing out because I don't know, Magic Arena patch. These people are great, buy their stuff. These people are all so great, buy their stuff. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We were timed out, apparently. Yay. 1 Lyra, please. 1 Lyra, please. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kill the Firebrand rather than the Lava Runner here, because the Firebrand teams up with a 3 damage spell and kills me next turn. Animation Value Town, do-da, do-da. Animation Value Town, oh, do-da-day. Do-do-do-do, don't lava coil me. Gosh, we're so smart. Nope, so dead. So very dead. So very dead. Man, this red deck's really good when it draws 3 lands and all spells it can cast. Might be something to this red deck, chat. No, red deck wins is worse than best of 3, but it's still very competitive. The deck's super reasonable. So this hand, like, basically goes second because it has mono tap lands, but, like, the spells in this hand are, like, super good. So I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, everything that's, I agree that everything that's good in best of 1 is reasonable in best of 3 as well. That the how reasonable will vary archetype to archetype a little bit, but the inverse isn't true. There are a lot of best of 3 decks that don't translate well to best of 1 because they really rely on sideboards. Yeah, you are always welcome to update deck lists while they wait to be played, as long as you don't change the archetype that you've submitted. If you would like to change the archetype, I would ask that you confirm with me before changing it. The fact that they shocked last turn kind of implies they didn't have another 3 damage spell, so this next one should be pretty good here. They have more shocks in their deck. That's so rude. Untapped land, please. Untapped land, please. Vomit. Oh, 3-color mana base. So I'm taking 6 this combat step. They put a card on top, so I assume we're dead. This is a lava coil. Oh god. It might be a short. We might not play this one for very long. I feel like all signs are like pointing in the direction of me needing to sign off for the day. Everything we've played today has just been like mono dumpstered. It's been rough. This deck probably isn't that terrible against Nexus. Yeah, this job's a lot more miserable when you get upset by the bad beats, right? Like, if you can't let it roll off. When I feel like I'm in a position where the bad beats aren't going to be rolling off, I generally sign off. Again, I understand when my mood is sliding downhill and I need to sign off for a bit. Seriously? Seriously? The sponsors really love this new Magic Arena update. So shout one out to Watsi for supporting my sponsors. Check out these people, they're great by their stuff. These people also great by their stuff. I missed your donation message. Oh no, Graystar, I'm sorry. Simic counters, can I change it to 4-color gates? Yeah, Graystar, can you let me know, can you just let me know, can you drop me a DM and let me know which line your Simic counters is on? Where at in the deck queue, just so I replace the right thing? What happens when the client crashes during the $1 million Mythic Championship? You know, that's a good question. It's one we're gonna have to find out, I think. DB Aider Boy, thank you for the Prime support. DB Aider Boy. He was an Aider boy. She said, "See ya later, boy." Do 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 do. Boy, we are DED dead, huh? DED dead. I'm doubling up over here. Jeff is a 90s kid. Alright, so I'm going to play this land. I'm going to pass the turn. Spirit will block here. I'll pay this. I'll final payment, sack this, kill the 6/6. Sure. So we're actually not in that bad of a spot here. I get to block here, kill this. Next turn I can mortify this, and then they have 3 power left over. I agree, Zach. I think we're gonna make some changes. I definitely feel like the Bedevils too. I feel like this deck's been a little bit of a slave to its theme a little bit too much. It's playing too many cute cards, trying to just stay on theme. This is going to be a 4-4 with haste. Down 2. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. Oh. This does not seem very good when we're playing defense. Hero, Judith, Tajik instead of Benalia. I think Benalia is really good, and we should just play more good cards. I think part of this deck... I think part of this deck's issue is that it's playing too many low-quality cards, trying to, like, prop up Hero rather than just playing a bunch of good cards surrounding Hero. So I think we're going to cut, like, some of these final payments and these Boros challengers. Footlight Fiend could be a card that could be reasonable. It's a card I've been really happy with in these more aggressive shells. Yeah, Tajik's like a fine card. He's just expensive, and like pulling the curve up makes you fall into the mid-range aggro trap that a lot of things fall into in this format, which is that like mid-range aggro decks just get dumpstered by Sultai and Nexus. You're just like not aggressive enough to get under anything. You just like can never beat a Wild Growth Walker to save your life. This build of Hero has not felt particularly good, Lostway. We're gonna make some changes to it here in a hot second that will hopefully smooth out some of the edges. Someone earlier had mentioned Priest of the Forgotten Gods. That's a card I've been really impressed with. Oh, I totally forgot that killing that was gonna make these bigger. That's awkward. They have Nullhide Ferox here. They're just gonna put us in a little box in the ground. Even Rekindling Phoenix. Anything that pumps these up again, gives them trample, then we're probably dead. Defense. Defense. Don't Hellkite me, bro. I asked very nicely. Don't do it. Have a heart. Oh, yikes. So, again, like, this happens every time we play Judith with tokens. People are always like, Judy's so bad with tokens. Judy's bad with tokens. Like, Judith is the reason we're alive on this board, chat. Like, the fact that Judith is making our tokens bigger is huge here. Like, the only reason we're in this game is because Judith is pumping our tokens. In fact, we're just gonna do a full clear here, right? These will trade here, this trades here, these will trade here. We'll send 2 here. And then next turn I'll bedevil this. Yeah, like, I get it. Judith's last line of text doesn't apply to tokens, but, like, the card has more than one line of text. Alright, I think we're behind from this point just because Judy versus the top of their deck doesn't seem to favor us. I didn't lose both heroes to kill a 2/2, Tom. I lost both heroes to kill their 4/4. I guess you're saying I could have traded one hero for the 4/4 with the trigger. I guess that's fair. I wanted to take the 4/4 out of play more than anything. I also avoided taking trample damage, which seemed important at the time. Judy letting Boros Challenger mentor her is, like, fantastic. I didn't miss a point of damage. My opponent was hexproof. Yeah, I think the Seraph of the Scales puts us ahead here. Hey, Giants, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm far enough ahead here that I'm only attacking with Seraph of the Scales. I know if I attack with everything, I force them to block, but I don't want to lose a random 4 power haster off the top if I can avoid it. Yeah, Seraph can pick a game up and carry it on her back, that's for sure. I think I'm going to rebuild this to be a little bit more aristocratic. Get Priest of the Forgotten Gods in here. Get the black-white creature that lets us sacrifice something. Get some Footlight Fiends in here. What's the Hoogle pick for today? I don't know if I have one. We've kind of just gotten mono dumpstered today. We've kind of just gotten mono dumpstered today. Was the Modern League the deck of the day? There were 2, if you didn't watch yesterday, there were 2 really good decks yesterday that I picked 2 different decks of the day yesterday. Go watch those. This deck that I'm playing right now has too many low-quality cards in it at the moment. We're going to open up the deck editor and do some rebuilding here in a hot second to hopefully correct that. Yeah, Jund Whirler was rough as well. I guess the Esper Reanimator deck we played to start today was, like, sweet. I don't think it was super competitive, but it was definitely fun. We played Esper Ojutai this morning. We had a bunch of good matchups. They missed their 3rd land drop. It's probably good for us. No blocks. Okay, just history here. Gonna be conservative with my health total here and trade 2 for 1. We could get hit by a tree and be sad, but think otherwise this trade's pretty reasonable for us. Play Judy out here so my spirit can attack into their 3-2. Thanks, Dargon. It's not free, but you do have what's it called? The pay 1, it becomes indestructible and gains Death Touch card. That's like a repeatable sack effect. Costs mana though. These final payments are just incredibly awkward. Alright, this land is real good. Ha! That's cute, Zach. You're super right. Sack history with the final trigger on the stack. It's a good catch. Wow, they had the collision earlier. Interesting. Sacrificing your saga with the last chapter on the stack to the card final payment is like good flavor, right? You're like, this is the final use here. The final countdown. Alright, they'll be dead next turn, right? Up the stairs. Dunk. All right. Yeah, just like so. My thoughts on what this is doing so far is that cards like these Boros Challengers and Final Payments and Bedevil, these two cards especially just are like not super high card quality, and I'd much rather work on like something that's a little bit higher card quality on average, I think. He says as he adds Footlight Fiend to his deck. I think I want to try a more aristocrat-y shell. Pitiless Pontiff. Yeah, Warboss sounds pretty sweet. Honestly, Are we just, like, pulling off of the hero plan too much? How many multicolor cards does this give us? This is 12, 16. I guess that's a good number still. This is... How many lands are in this deck? It's 20, 24 lands. A full metal. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Hopefully there will come a time when what you said there is no longer true. Everyone should feel welcome, especially in Magic. So there's 64 cards in the deck, chat. It might be hard to see it because it's slightly behind the chat with this overlay setup. Maybe this is too much top end. This with Priest is like pretty reasonable. Let's try this. 4 Priest, 4 Pontiff is too many Succulents. Yeah, I can see that. Let's get one of these and get another Warboss in. We're not building a deck, we're editing a deck. We're editing a deck and trying not to change the core theme. I'm not sure. The more I play, the more I become convinced, like, Mardu is, like, not the direction I really want to take Hero. I think Tesa's pretty much a win more card. If you're, like, already triggering a bunch of Death Cry effects, or death effects, you, like, you're already winning usually. The Skies deck was real bad, Marty. We turned it off after 2 matches. We got dumpstered by Nexus. We got dumpstered by Sultan. I was just like, nope, off it. Super dead, do 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 do. Hey, awesome, Joe. Hope you had a good time. Streaming's a lot of fun. Listen, sometimes you have really good days, and other days you just get beat up. You gotta have a little bit of good or bad to balance out the good. If they were all good days, you know, gotta have a little give and take sometimes. I don't know what I want to play tomorrow. We might play through a couple of decks that I want to play to start tomorrow morning. Deck lists aren't due till 11 a.m. my time, so we can probably play a couple of decks before I might skip Modern in the morning just so I can play. Just so I can play a couple of different standard decks to figure out what I want to play. I might try like one other thing before we just like register Jeskai aggro. Wednesday's the 10K. I really don't like playing the Nexus of Fate decks. I also don't think the Nexus of Fate decks are very good. Again, I would like to reiterate the fact that the Nexus of Fate decks are just tedious and boring to play with, in my opinion. They're tedious and boring to play against. And that's why I'm not a fan of them. We played a bunch of Nexus decks on stream, and every time we played them, they felt kind of underwhelming in addition to being tedious. We played a Jund Planeswalkers deck on stream last week. That was pretty sweet. You can find the replay and deck list on my website, my YouTube channel. Yeah, Jund, we've basically gotten dumpstered playing absolutely everything we've played today. What do you mean tedious? I mean, it's tedious because when you win the game, it takes you forever to actually win the game. And they're difficult to interact with on a lot of axes. They require very specific cards to interact with them. Nah, I'm gonna be done after this deck. This is probably gonna be the last match. And been up for a little over 8 hours. I did like 12 hours yesterday, and I've got like, you know, another 2 hours of work to do tonight after I get done. Was Dovin actually good in Jeskai aggro? Yeah, Dovin's great. Think of Dovin as bad history of Benalia, and then realize how busted history is, and then like Dovin is bad history is still like a good card. Yeah, blue-green Climb's probably fine. I'm definitely not going to play the Soul-type build, because the Soul-type build felt too sluggy. Yeah, blue-green Climb could be okay. Yeah, Dovin is an okay Lingering Souls, is another great way to think about it. Completely agree. Land. If I play Jeskai aggro, is it nuts to register main deck Tocatli on our guard? I might do that. I might play Jeskai aggro in main deck Tocatli Honor Guard. Just like have extra stuff in the sideboard for control. Oh. I thought we were okay, but I think we're actually dead. The tournament has 48 players in it. You probably cut the Adanto Vanguards. What do people mean when they say shell? Shell refers to an archetype. So like white weenie would be a shell. It's the shell of an archetype. How's this deck been so far? Kinda dog poopy. It's a little bit mopey. The average card quality is low. I don't think this is a good direction to take the hero shell in. Correct, Whitman. It does not play the elephant. Sand's very good. Has a 1-drop, has a hero, has follow-up. Shell, core, they're the same thing. Tomato, tomato. Those are two words that mean the same thing. The Pro Tours have been rebranded to Mythic Championship. So the Mythic Championship that's occurring this weekend is what we would previously have called the Pro Tour. If they attack, I'll trade Footlight Fiend for the Easy Level Runner. Part where you skewer my hero. Oh. All right. Yep, there'll be coverage for the event this weekend. In fact, I will not be streaming all day on Friday. I'm only going to stream until the constructed portion starts. When the constructed portion starts, I'll just be hosting them to watch myself. Yeah, everyone's streaming the tournament on Wednesdays. Gonna be streaming on a 5-minute delay. I'm pretty happy that they just sent a lightning strike at my dork instead of my dome. I don't really have good feedback on this deck. I think this archetype, both where we started and where we ended, I think it's just missing something. The core of what you have just isn't quite strong enough overall, and you need a little bit better tools to fit in with what's going on. That's gonna be it for me for today, folks. I'm gonna be all done. Remember, if you want to see more, hey, HC fan, thank you for the brand new Prime sub. I appreciate that. You can remember you can check out my website and my YouTube channel for lots more content for myself. I streamed for like 12 hours yesterday, so there's a ton of stuff up there from there if you weren't there for all of that. If you want to hang out on Twitch here, I'm going to go ahead and give someone else who's streaming MTG Arena and Standard a host. I think Maddie is on, so I'm going to go ahead and send you his way. So thanks for hanging out. I'll catch all y'all around later. And by later, I mean tomorrow morning.